So, Adam, it is so great to see you after being off a whole year from CES. We didn't get to see each other in person this year.
No, I really missed you, and I missed being in person with everybody at CES. It wasn't quite the same doing it virtually.
Not even close. I mean, virtual events are very hard, and I think virtual exhibits are even harder. So, I thought we would just dive in. I want to start. I always think of myself as like, give me the tech for dummies examples. So, I thought we could talk about augmented reality. See, I can't even say it. Augmented reality. What is it exactly?
Sure. So augmented reality, or as a lot of people call it, AR,
Mm-hmm.
is an interactive experience of a real world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by a computer generated perceptual information. So what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's really allowing you to use something like a smartphone or another device so that you can enhance the world around you. And augmented reality is one of the biggest technology trends right now. It lets you add digital elements to a live view, often using the camera or a smartphone. So I think people think about this probably in the spaces of like a Snapchat lens, or maybe people first started hearing about it years ago with Pokemon Go.
Right.
So that's really what augmented reality is. And I also think for today's talk, Jill, we probably should talk a little bit about artificial intelligence or
Yes.
AI, because that's going to come in, I think, in
Well,
today's talk too.
let me get one clarification just so I
Sure.
know. And even though I'm immersed in the space, sometimes I have to like refamiliarize with myself with this. So is it like Minted just came out with this app where I can sort of use my phone to put their art above my bed to sort of like try on the art before I actually make the decision? Is that sort of
Yeah,
augmented
so
reality?
the technology, again, it's augmenting the things in the real world
Anything. Mhm.
by using a secondary device. So that would
Got
be
it.
a perfect example of it. Absolutely.
So, yes, let's talk about artificial intelligence.
Yeah, so AI is the theory and the development of computer systems that are able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as visual perception or speech recognition or decision making, translating languages. For a lot of what we do at PerfectCore, it's relying on facial recognition and being able to identify the human face.
So, it's a brain.
Yeah, it's using machine learning.
Mhm. Incredible. So they're doing a ton of this work with healthcare. So let's talk a little bit about PerfectCore and the work you're doing, and then how you're utilizing these technologies to change the face of retail and beauty.
Sure. So PerfectCore is the leading provider of AR and AI beauty tech solutions for the beauty industry. And we're also the developers of the award-winning virtual beauty app, YouCam Makeup, which our YouCam apps have over 900 million global downloads.
Oh my
And
God.
beauty technologies are allowing consumers to easily discover beauty products, get personalized recommendations, diagnose skin conditions, and then virtually try on SKUs. And we work with over 300 global brand partners. So our technology, I feel like, has
Mhm.
upgraded the beauty industry across all categories, including makeup, skincare, foundation, hair, and
Yeah.
on and on.
So when someone is wanting to enhance themselves or whatever, use your application, what do they need? Any special equipment, or will any smartphone work? Would it, like an iPhone or
So
something?
so any mobile device or smartphone right now has the capabilities to do this. I think that you really need to have kind of an enhanced camera, which all the new mobile devices do. So really, that high definition image really helps with the process. But right now, yeah, people can do it from their mobile devices. You can even use it from your PC, because most PCs now also have the camera enabled. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's lots of different ways.
So, this last year, I would imagine has like catapulted the need for brands to connect even more so with outside of the store. They need to communicate with their customers outside of the store. So can you tell us the role that you guys are playing in that, and how it's changing the experience for a consumer looking for a new beauty product, hair product? And we're going to get into diagnostics a little bit later, but can
Sure.
you talk about that?
So COVID has totally changed the world of beauty. So even before the pandemic, though, there was an increase in online shopping. However, the pandemic helped to accelerate that trend and the demand for innovative digital solutions. And so living in a pandemic, virtual beauty has become a necessity for brands, retailers, and consumers. It's quickly shifted from a nice to have to a must have component of the online shopping experience. And consumers have quickly adopted the use of AR and AI powered virtual try-on as a means to safely experiment, discover and shop for beauty, and rely on try before you buy to help them make more confident purchase decisions, which resulted actually in a 32% increase in virtual try-on since the pandemic started. In
Wow.
addition to this, prior to COVID, the use of community testers resulted in growing hygiene concerns among consumers. So the pandemic has brought a heightened sense of awareness to people about hygiene, and physical testers are quickly being replaced by safer, more convenient, hyper realistic, digital try-on solutions like those that PerfectCore and YouCam Makeup have.
So when you think about lips, like lipstick and stuff, I I remember years ago kind of getting like literally, it feels like a long time ago, like trying on a hair color, trying. I would imagine they always felt a little off. And there's so much, each pigment is so different, right? So I'm just wondering, has it just gotten that much more sophisticated that you can get more and more accurate with these colors and matching?
So that's one of the differentiating factors about our company is that everything we do needs to look true to life.
Right.
So that means that the tracking of the products that are getting applied to your face needs to track accurately. They can't. I think some people probably have seen filters where if you move your head, it kind of like falls off your face or whatever it may be. So it needs to track properly to the lips or to the eyes or wherever it's applying. That's why the facial recognition is so important. We have, patents that, basically are the best in the industry that, are compensating for having the accuracy for facial recognition. You have to look at the underlying skin tones. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to make sure that if you have an underlying skin tone, makeup's going to look different on different complexions, whether you have darker skin or lighter skin. You want to be taking into account things like lighting. So all of this, all those advancements and patents and technology can lead to very accurate technology. And I think right now, that's something you're seeing. We actually just launched our new engine with our agile face tracking, and it has over 200 points of face tracking that it does to make the very accurate experience.
Let's finish we'll finish the beauty conversation before, not that skin diagnostics is not beauty related, but I think that is extremely interesting. And I'm wondering the brands move to this. So what is their end goal? Is it personalization? What is their goal? Is it to make recommendations? And how does PerfectCore play a role in all of that?
Well, I think it's a combination of two things. One, personalization is really important.
Mm-hmm.
But two, the technology has been proven to basically increase conversion, increase time on site, increase add to basket or add to cart, decrease return rates. Obviously, if people are more confident in what they're buying,
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to return it. And in overall, it's provides a more satisfying consumer beauty shopping experience because people have the confidence. In regards to the personalization, absolutely. I mean, I think the key driver behind PerfectCore's AI and AR beauty tech innovation is the human needs. And the company sees the needs and pain points of beauty shoppers who want to have not only an enjoyable beauty experience, but also a personalized beauty solutions. So, as a pioneer, PerfectCore develops and continues to improve its innovative technologies so it can cater to these individual needs and demands for experiential shopping. The technology has a way of, letting you learn more about yourself. So, maybe before you didn't know what your proper foundation color was, or you didn't know,
I think I still don't.
What would be right? Why would you know that? There's so many different shades, and it's kind of a hard process to do. To find the right match. So this takes all the guesswork out of it because again, the artificial intelligence is able to map that all for you and do things that you had to kind of manually do or adjust for before to find the right tone or the right shade or come up with a product recommendation for you.
So outside of the world of like makeup, there is the world of skincare and, how effective are products and tracking and diagnostics and things like that. Are you working in that arena?
Yeah, so we do more than color cosmetics. So we also do something called an AI Skin Diagnostic. And that technology detects a dozen of the common skin health concerns that people may have. So hydration, oiliness, redness, spots, wrinkles, texture, dark circles, eye bags, eyelids, firmness, visible pores, radiance, on and on. So it's great. It basically, what we say is you can use this, clean face in the morning. Maybe you're doing it in the bathroom, so you don't have any product on. And you can create like a baseline in a skin diary. So you can track the improvement of your skin over time, or if a company is saying that a certain product is, going to improve, fine lines or wrinkles or reduce spots, you can kind of track the efficacy to see, am I going in the right direction? So most definitely you can use the AI to do a lot of things.
So I'm a consumer. Where am I finding these? Is it directly with the brands? Is this an app? Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah. So our solutions truly are omnichannel. And I think that you, as a brand or a retailer, should be adopting a 360-degree omnichannel, experience. So you should be deploying these services through all consumer touch points. So the answer is, yes, they're available. We can white label our software as a solution to a lot of our beauty brands and retailers. So it might be on their mobile platform or online, on web. But we like to make sure that there's kind of a consistent experience across the physical world. So if you're going to the store, there could be a kiosk there, or you could be using your mobile phone with a QR code. If you're going online, so through, on a PC or web, you can be, having the same experience there, a mobile device. And then most recently, even into social, the social media world. Obviously you can makeup sits on a social media feed, but the technology sits in our app, which is a consumer app. But we're also partnering with Snap and Google on projects with them as well, where these technologies will be incorporated.
So can you share a couple of I know you work with big beauty brands and chains and things like, or stores. Can you share a couple of them?
Sure, yeah. Like I said, we work with over 300 global brand partners.
Oh God. Okay.
Across
maybe not all 300.
Including makeup, color cosmetics, skin, foundation, hair, AI, face attribute technology, etc. That's both for indie, small, medium businesses as well as enterprise companies. So some brands that I'm sure that you know would be Estee Lauder or Benefit or Elf, Madison Reed. For hair, color. We even did a partnership with Meredith Media, and even with Lure Magazine. So we work with a lot of different partners.
So one of the things we touched on, but I think is really important, is the idea of suggesting products or matching people with things. And I think especially in skincare, which I spend a lot of time talking about skincare, is probably one of the most important things for women or men that are, struggling to find the right products. And so is there ever going to be, I mean, it sounds like stores, like the bigger beauty stores, the Ultas and the Sephoras and those kinds of things, will have sort of kiosks that are able to recommend products, or there's just the individual brands that have their own vertical, like Estee Lauder, for instance. Is that kind of how people are getting these more targeted suggestions?
So, so again, I think it depends where you're looking for the information. So again, if you go to a platform like You Can Makeup, we're brand agnostic, so there's lots of different brands
Great.
incorporated into that site.
Great.
If you went to a retailer, I'm sure they're going to have multiple brands incorporated into their experience. It could be on like a kiosk or a display. I think actually, again, post-COVID, maybe people may not want to use the in-store kiosk or display. So I think they'll be able to do these experiences with like a QR code in their own personal mobile device. But if you're going to, I guess if it's a brand specific section in that store, or if it's, a brand owned website or, mobile app, it's going to be just that particular brand's products. But I think right now, I'd say most of the experiences that you might be seeing online that have any AR or AI, chances are it could be technology from Perfect.
Yep. So where do you see the future of augmented reality and AI within the beauty skincare world?
Well, one thing I'd say is that like seeing the technology is believing it. So AR and AR are proven to create a more satisfying consumer beauty shopping experience. And I think that the future really is going to go into this idea of engagement 360. So it's going to be, the interaction with consumers using different types of medium, combination of video with live stream, AR, AI, and e-commerce. Kind of in this way of engaging consumers so that there's almost a bit of like shoppertainment, if you will.
Shoppertainment. Okay, I love that.
Why they're being shopped. And I think two specific examples where you could see this are going to be through AR live streaming for web, and something else called the Beauty Advisor one-on-one for web. So the AR live streaming for web is a new one-to-many AR live streaming video service that helps beauty brands quickly enable live stream e-commerce and build on the direct-to-consumer strategy through interactive live shows hosted on their website.
Mm-hmm.
And the Beauty Advisor 101 for web is also on demand, but it's a one-on-one beauty consultation powered, by technology, where somebody could basically request a consultation, and you're doing a video call with another person, where they're able then to push the filters and the suggestions onto your device, or do the analysis. So it's almost like if you went to a beauty advisor in person, but you're doing it through your phone.
It's almost like telemedicine.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I think the hard part of like buying online and buying, sort of blindly without trying it on, it sounds like it's kind of going away, so that you're able to really sort of get more personalized, and that's great. And I think for us women, that we're like trying to track like what's going on with our wrinkles, right? So like is the under eye cream that is promising us, wrinkle change or fine line changes, how does that track over time? So that's the stuff that I'm most excited about, to be able to see how things are changing with our skin, because it's amazing how oblivious we are to things that change. Like if we don't take the picture, right? We don't take the before and after picture. So I think it'll be great to marry that. Okay, so one last question before I get some of your deets for everyone. What advice would you tell your 20-year-old self?
Yeah, I think it's important to keep learning, keep growing, so that you can keep succeeding. So, you know, you need to learn faster than the world changes, because the world is never going to stop changing, and
Yeah.
you can never stop learning and growing.
Yeah. Be curious, right? Like
Yeah.
constantly. Yeah. That's a good one. Where can people find you and PerfectCore?
Sure. So, PerfectCore, you can find us on LinkedIn under PerfectCore.
Hmm.
I'm also there under Adam Gam.
Okay.
And then you can also follow us at UCAM Apps
Great.
on things like LinkedIn and Twitter.
Excellent. 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 Well, thank you so much, Adam. I think this is really enlightening. As far as like most people don't know that these things are going on behind the scenes, and I think it's super interesting to be able to kind of bring that out. So I can't thank you enough for joining me for this.
Thank you.